It's a shame, man. It's a shame. I don't know. I honestly can't actually tell you what the issue is, but it didn't affect my card. So.
It's pointless. Anthony Joshua must be gutted as well, because fair play to him. He's took this fight and he wants to get on with his career.
I don't know the ins and outs of this drugs test. I don't know the ins and outs of.
Anthony Joshua crushes Jake Paul after shocking drug test reveal. Jake Paul has made a complete mockery of himself, failing a drug test before facing a legitimate champion. His reckless, childish behavior exposes him as a fraud in the sport. Meanwhile, Joshua's discipline and focus make Paul's antics look pitiful and utterly amateurish.
Test positive, yeah.
It's happened, man. It happens in this sport. It's not new. It's happened to me already. I'm just happy I invest in this anti-doping stuff because...
Eddie Hearn doesn't hold back. Jake Paul has made a complete fool of himself. Failing a banned drug test is inexcusable, and Hearn's words make it clear Paul's attempt to step up to Anthony Joshua is laughable. This is more than a scandal. It's public humiliation for someone pretending to be a serious fighter.
The issue with that substance is it's banned in competition under the WADA code. And under the WADA code, in competition represents the day of the fight, which you could actually essentially fail a test for that a week before the fight.
Adam Smith captures the absurdity of Jake Paul's situation. Failing a banned substance test has turned his hype into a circus, exposing him as a dilettante pretending to fight at the highest level. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua's focus and preparation are unmatched, leaving Paul's antics looking amateurish and his credibility in freefall.
Prize, and I'll wait and see what happens. I mean, I don't know the findings. We don't know. I haven't seen statements really. I don't know. It's come out in the social media.
Johnny Nelson doesn't mince words. Jake Paul's decision to risk banned substances ahead of Anthony Joshua is reckless and laughable. His poor judgment highlights his lack of professionalism and seriousness. Meanwhile, Joshua's disciplined, clean approach reinforces why he's a true champion, turning Paul's misguided antics into a public spectacle of humiliation.
You know, you won't know what stays for 2 weeks. I don't know, why would you take it knowing there's a possibility that it's going to be in your system? And why would you take it for our sport anyway?
Duke McKenzie's shock reflects the absurdity of Jake Paul's situation. Failing both A and B samples is not just embarrassing, it's a total meltdown of credibility. Paul looks reckless and amateurish, while Anthony Joshua's focus and clean reputation make this entire fiasco highlight the enormous gap between a true champion and a YouTube fighter playing at boxing.
This is the point. How can he give a sample and then a B sample and they both come back positive for a banned substance? It doesn't make any sense.
Eddie Hearn's update exposes the chaos Jake Paul has created. While the board scrambles to react, Paul's credibility is unraveling by the hour. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua remains the calm professional, ready to capitalize on Paul's mistakes. This situation reinforces why AJ is respected worldwide and why Paul's antics only invite ridicule.
So at the moment, the British Boxing Board of Control aren't. So we have to speak with them, deal with the legal situation and see where it lands. And this is quite fresh. Obviously, I don't even think it's 30 minutes. I think it's more like 10 or 15 minutes since that. And you know, we'll see what rolls on the next few.
Spencer Oliver nails the chaos Jake Paul created. Cocaine in his system ahead of a major fight is reckless beyond belief. While Paul stumbles through scandal, Anthony Joshua's disciplined and focused preparation shines brighter than ever, emphasizing why true champions succeed without shortcuts or controversies.
Blown away by what it is, you know, recreational drugs, cocaine, you just go, how has that got in your system? He's got some explaining to do for one, and you think with what you had on the line and with what you was, you know, what was coming up for you and the opponent you had in front of you, you just go like cocaine in your system. It's absurd.
John Fury doesn't hold back. Jake Paul's reliance on steroids shows desperation and undermines his credibility. While Paul chases unfair advantages, Anthony Joshua's clean, strategic approach highlights the difference between a professional athlete and a showman pretending to fight. Paul's reputation is collapsing with every revelation.
It is illegal to use his steroids, and that's what he's doing to gain an edge. Well, I feel sorry for him.
Adam Smith's shock reflects the sentiment of the entire boxing world. Jake Paul, who built his image on showmanship and hype, now faces a public embarrassment of the highest order. Failing a cocaine test ahead of a major fight is not just reckless, it's humiliating and exposes his lack of professionalism. Anthony Joshua, in stark contrast, has consistently demonstrated discipline, focus, and clean preparation. Paul's actions make him a laughingstock, while AJ's reputation as a true champion is strengthened. Fans are reminded that real boxing excellence is earned in the gym and the ring, not through shortcuts or scandals.
Eddie said to me yesterday at 60-40, so we don't know. I don't know if that is the case and he's failed a sample for cocaine. That's really surprising.
Ado Ladipo highlights the absurdity of the situation. Jake Paul's positive test, whether intentional or accidental, undermines any credibility he hoped to carry into the ring. Fans and professionals alike are questioning how someone could be so careless. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua's image as a disciplined, clean fighter is amplified by this scandal. Paul's attempts to deflect or rationalize only emphasize his irresponsibility. The contrast between AJ's commitment to training, strategy, and fair competition and Paul's reckless behavior is stark. This episode not only damages Paul's reputation but also reinforces why true champions like Joshua earn respect through integrity and hard work rather than shortcuts or banned substances.
If it's somehow in his system from other means, I know that might sound crazy, but I guess we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, do we? I'd like to think we do. But yeah, this is wild. Honestly, this is wild.
Liam Goff's technical explanation does little to soften the blow for Jake Paul. Whether it was a minor intake or not, failing a banned substance test ahead of a major fight is humiliating and professionally devastating. Anthony Joshua, by contrast, stands as the epitome of discipline and clean competition. Every detail of Paul's positive test contrasts with AJ's meticulous preparation, making Paul look foolish and unfit for serious competition. Fans are reminded that shortcuts in boxing do not create champions, they only tarnish reputations. Paul's credibility is in shambles, and Joshua's focus and integrity shine even brighter as he prepares to face a scandal-ridden opponent in the ring.
I'm just chucking out there, if depending on the amount, that will depend on how long it remains in your system. So from what I can gather, if you've taken very limited amounts, very little amounts, it could stay in your system, depending on the nature of the test. If it was a saliva test, if it was a urine test, if it was a hair test, it's going to stay in your system a lot longer. But
Adam Catterall sums up the universal reaction in boxing: shock and disappointment. Jake Paul's failed test is more than a surprise, it's an embarrassment that exposes his lack of professionalism and judgment. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua's clean record and disciplined training regime stand in stark contrast. AJ's reputation as a true champion grows stronger as Paul's antics make him look foolish and unworthy of serious competition. The scandal amplifies Joshua's credibility while Paul's image suffers irreparable damage. Fans and analysts alike are now focused on how this humiliation will impact Paul's mental state and performance, while AJ's disciplined approach only makes him appear more unstoppable and deserving of respect.
Incredibly shocking. When any fighter fails a performance-enhancing drug test, it is incredibly shocking and disappointing.
Gareth Davies' revelation that Jake Paul was reportedly using 14 different supplements is staggering. This isn't just negligence, it's a full-blown disaster for his credibility. Every supplement, legal or not, raises questions about Paul's preparation and ethics, making him look amateurish in a world-class context. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua's disciplined, clean regimen shines in stark contrast. AJ trains smart, follows strict protocols, and doesn't rely on shortcuts or risky substances. Paul's attempt to gain an edge through questionable methods not only humiliates him publicly, but also highlights the gulf between a serious professional and a social media fighter masquerading as one. Fans are left shaking their heads as Paul's recklessness becomes headline news, while Joshua's integrity and championship mindset make him look untouchable. In boxing, reputation and discipline matter, and Paul's antics only emphasize why AJ's focused approach earns respect, credibility, and fear from opponents.
I haven't been reporting on it this morning. I'm just slowly coming up. One of my colleagues, Jeremy Wilson's doing it for the Telegraph. He's the drugs expert or the doping expert on the desk, and I think there was something like 14 supplements that he was using.
Carl Frampton makes a point that resonates with anyone who values integrity in boxing. Jake Paul's positive test isn't just embarrassing, it's reckless and potentially dangerous. In a sport where one punch can change lives, attempting to gain an unfair advantage through banned substances is unforgivable. Joshua, in contrast, embodies the discipline and respect this sport demands. AJ's preparation is measured, calculated, and entirely legal, proving that true champions don't need shortcuts. Paul, meanwhile, becomes the cautionary tale for fighters who prioritize hype over professionalism. His repeated missteps damage his reputation and highlight the difference between social media stunts and genuine athletic excellence. Fans and analysts alike are left stunned at the audacity, and Joshua's image as a clean, disciplined, and dangerous fighter grows even stronger. Paul's career credibility is now in serious jeopardy.
High-profile guys getting caught, and it's just horrible. I genuinely, and I know you were about saying, without going fucking fully mental here, I just believe if you're caught with any performance-enhancing drug, you should be banned. Like, you should.
Johnny Nelson hits the nail on the head. Jake Paul's reliance on banned substances proves he misunderstands what makes a true champion. Drugs cannot teach technique, timing, or fight IQ, all of which Anthony Joshua has perfected through disciplined training and years of Olympic and professional experience. Paul's scandal reveals a superficial approach. He relies on artificial boosts instead of mastering the fundamentals. The contrast couldn't be starker. Joshua earns every accolade through sweat and strategy, while Paul continues to embarrass himself with shortcuts that the boxing community cannot respect. Nelson's insight exposes Paul's naivety, reinforcing that no amount of banned supplements can replicate the intelligence and instinct that separate elite fighters like AJ from hype-driven novices. Paul's credibility is crumbling as fans and analysts watch him self-destruct, while Joshua's status as a legitimate, disciplined, and formidable fighter is reaffirmed.
Drugs don't make you a better fighter. Drugs may make you a little stronger, may make you a little, give you a bit more energy, but it don't make you technically smart. It doesn't give you all of that, you know. So those drug cheats that do it purposely, you got to remember, you know, why are you doing it? What difference is it going to make? It's going to make you like a boxing Einstein? I don't think so.
Ade Oladipo's uncertainty mirrors the shock felt across the boxing world. Jake Paul's positive test for cocaine raises serious questions about his judgment and understanding of professional sport. The speculation that drugs could be masking other performance enhancers only deepens the scandal, making Paul appear reckless and unfit for legitimate competition. In contrast, Anthony Joshua's career is defined by meticulous planning, discipline, and a spotless record, highlighting the huge gap between a true champion and a showman chasing shortcuts. Paul's credibility is eroding rapidly, and fans are left questioning whether he belongs in the ring with elite fighters. Every detail of this controversy reinforces Joshua's integrity and dominance, while Paul becomes a cautionary tale of fame without substance. This scandal may define Paul's career, but for Joshua, it only strengthens his reputation as a clean, focused, and fearsome heavyweight.
That's kind of easier to digest. This is weird. Like, I don't know if cocaine, I honestly, I don't know if cocaine is now used as a masking agent for a performance-enhancing drug.
The Jake Paul scandal has exposed the stark contrast between hype and genuine championship caliber. While Paul scrambles to explain positive drug tests and dubious supplements, Anthony Joshua stands tall as the embodiment of discipline, focus, and respect for the sport. AJ doesn't need shortcuts, gimmicks, or banned substances to dominate the ring. His success is earned through relentless training, strategy, and pure skill. Paul, on the other hand, continues to humiliate himself, proving that no amount of fame or social media following can replace real talent or integrity. Fans are outraged, analysts are stunned, and the boxing world is watching as Paul's credibility crumbles under the weight of his reckless choices. Joshua's calm, composed, and professional approach only makes him shine brighter in comparison. The message is clear. In boxing, discipline beats shortcuts every time. So, what does this mean for their potential showdown? Can Jake Paul recover from this humiliation, or will AJ's disciplined dominance leave him exposed entirely? Comment below with your thoughts. How far can Paul go after this shocker?